So Ravens flock, we officially wrapped up week 1 of training camp, and there's a lot to be excited about. I wanted to talk about some of those things. One of the first things that caught my attention was actually the apparently the battle that's low-key going on between the kickers, Tyler Loop, as well as the other kicker. I believe his name is John Hoyland. And reports are right now that Tyler Loop has apparently been on fire. John Hoyland has apparently been doing okay as well, but I believe Jeff Cerebic reported that John hasn't hit anything beyond like 42 yards, I believe it was. Whereas Tyler Loop has apparently been on fire, including yesterday where he went like 10 for 10. He also hit like a 63-yard field goal. And then also the Ravens posted another clip of him hitting a 68-yard field goal. Of course, this is just practice. This is not the same as in a real game where you're actually going to have people trying to block you and there's real pressure. But it's still excited to see that there's a level of competence there, because during a couple weeks ago during the offseason, hearing reports that Tyler may be struggling was extremely concerning, because we all know last season one of the biggest things that did us in was Justin Tucker unfortunately falling off of a cliff and started to cost us games. Like at least 2 to 3 games we lost due to just missed field goals. Again, I don't expect Tyler Loop to come out here and hit 68 yarders in games, obviously, but at the very least, if he is at least league average, I think that's going to go a long way for us this year. It's going to give us confidence for him going into the future. As far as some of the other notable things that happened, Nate Wiggins, a guy I talked about a few weeks ago, who I'm very excited to see this season. He also has gotten off to a good start in training camp, breaking up several passages, doing the seatbelt celebration with Jaire Alexander. I want to see Jaire do the box him up celebration with Nate Wiggins. I would like to see them go back and forth with that. I just think that would be fun for me as a fan. You saw scenarios where Nate Wiggins also broke up passes to Rashad Bateman, as well as I believe he also broke up a screen pass. Jaire Alexander, of course, has been playing extremely well. He says he feels healthy. He's ready to go. Obviously, his teammates are very excited about him. We haven't had somebody with the aura of Jaire since Marcus Peters, in my opinion. So that type of energy in the defense, I'm very excited about. Somebody's going to score here and there against us, but I think if everybody's healthy, the combination of Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, and Jaire Alexander, it should be the best cornerback room in football by a mile, but we'll see. Also, there's been reports that, mainly from Tyler Linderbaum as well as Ronnie Stanley, they're saying positive things about Daniel Faalele, saying that he's been really hard on himself this year to step it up. I don't know how seriously we should take that. I'll believe it when I see it. We all know that Faalele, he has the measurables, obviously. He's like 6'8", super long. He's like, I think, 400 pounds, but ironically, maybe the problem is him being 400 pounds. Maybe that's why he's slow. It's hard to, I imagine it would be hard to move around at that weight. So maybe when they're saying that he's been really hard on himself this year, maybe he might have cut down 15 to 20 pounds, but who knows, right? Also, we're getting reports that apparently Roquan Smith said that Trenton Simpson looked like a Greek god, which I don't know how much that really matters if Trenton still isn't playing well. I don't know. Many of us have discussed how we feel like the Ravens are really not using Trenton Simpson in his not playing him to his best potential, because they're trying to force him into that weak side linebacker role when he probably is better off being a guy coming off the edge. But we'll see. I still think there's going to be a battle. I think there's a strong chance that Teddy Buchanan, despite being a rookie, he could go out there and potentially win that starting spot, but we'll see. Jaire Alexander, like I said earlier, he also had a good start to training camp. Well, also, Zay Flowers apparently briefly tweaked his ankle, but he should be fine. DeAndre Hopkins also apparently landed awkwardly on his knee, and they wanted to be careful, so they had him sit out the last day. I'm just excited to see how these battles play out. We haven't heard much about the running backs so far, but I'm very interested to see. Obviously, we have Derrick Henry, we have Justice Hill. I want to see what are their plans with Keaton Mitchell at this point. Like, you got to get him involved more than just on the special teams. I may need to do a separate video just about that alone. Like, you can't just limit Keaton to a special teams guy. Like, he's too talented to not get more snaps on the offense. So we'll see what comes from that. Some other things to take note of is Kyle Van Noy said he's still trying to get better, which is exciting. Of course, Kyle is, despite him being a super veteran at this point, he is still coming off of his best statistical season as a starter in the NFL. And I'm excited to see, can he get close to matching that again? It's not a guarantee, of course, but at the very least, man, if he could go out here and put up 7, 8 sacks, I would be extremely excited. Let alone if he got double-digit sacks again, I would be extremely excited about that. We'll see how that plays out. Also, Marlon Humphrey apparently reestablished the Breakfast Club, which was a little club that the Ravens players would do where they would meet up at 6 a.m. to go work out before the actual practice starts. I like that sort of leadership, that sort of initiative that Marlon is taking, trying to make sure everybody's 100% committed, and not just 100%, 110%. That excites me a lot. But let me know, what were some other things during this training camp, the first week of training camp, that caught your attention the most or got you the most excited or the most concerned?